house call.
Okay. You have to use this control.
Thank you for having me, and thank you all the organizers. I'm from Korea. This is the first time in Kaohsiung, and today I talk about neuroscience and potential research subjects. First of all, let's take the scope and type of neuroscience and neurotechnology research for therapeutic and cognitive enhancement purposes. There are chemical enhancing drugs, neuroimaging like fMRI, PET, CT, and PCI, the brain-computer interface, sometimes called the neural control interface, mind-machine interface, direct neural interface, or brain-machine interface. It's a direct communication pathway between an enhancing or wired brain and an external device. PCI differs from neuromodulation in that it allows for bidirectional information flow. PCI are often directive and searching, mapping, assisting, augmenting, or repairing human cognitive or sensory motor functions. PCI are technology that can restore the dependence and control of people with paralysis in general. PCI technology that has been pilot tested in small-scale clinical trials for people with variety paralysis, and is an instrument that enables communication without motion. And PCI depends on script user activity pattern with another device that connects with the command in our mind. Hands-free implementation and user status monitoring, making it useful for people who need to concentrate, such as drivers, pilots, and astronauts. It is also possible to manipulate characters in the game through a headset or in combination with artificial intelligence technology to remotely control a machine. And DBS is the neurosurgical intervention used in motion disorders such as Parkinson's disease. It has also started to be used for psychiatric treatment such as therapeutic depression, obsessive compulsory disorder. It has been reported that DBS can lead to subtle changes or significant changes in patient's personality and self-identity and interpersonal relationships. BMI developed in Korea. Nowadays, developing a handheld robot that moves by EEG, mobile arm development, technology to read the mind of the consumer, brain rate measurement, and training tools that help to relax the concentration and tension by measuring EEG. Because neuroethics technology are not tested for safety fully, and also people's internal identity and consciousness and can be applied to patients, with paralysis with cognitive impairment, ethic framework and concern of bioethics can be classified as safety, concern, and justice. Internal guideline, I think, about ethic framework surrounding research subjects are Universal Declaration of Bioethics and Human Rights, or UNESCO, and Declaration of Helsinki. The Declaration of UNESCO is the basic principle of bioethics and a form of regulation in which member states set out the rules to be followed, but do not require ratification of member states and imposing moral obligation on member states. The Declaration of Helsinki describes informed consent and research ethics committees to secure the safety and well-being of research participants. So if you look at the proportion of research subjects related to neuroscience in the Korean legislation, the basic principle is in the bioethics law, and clinical trial and professional research participants are in the pharmaceutical affairs law and medical equipment law and administrative rules. So medical equipment law says the following. Any person who wishes to take a clinical examination shall observe the following values. Clinical trials should be conducted at designated clinical laboratories. Those who are accepted in the collective facilities like prisons shall not be selected as a subject for clinical trial. And describe the contents of clinical trial and damage and the compensation for the health hazard that may occur to the subject during the clinical trial, and explain the subjects of the clinical trial and obtain the consent of the subject. So now we see the characteristic, the protection of research subjects of neuroscience and technology. Fourth, there is a special problem of informed consent in neuroscience research. I want to start with informed consent in bioethics is influential findings, I think. In the exceptional consent principle, it was assumed that the researcher had enough notice to subject before the start of the research, and had to keep informing him about the subject in the middle of his research. But unlikely normal study, it is important to consider that the neuroscience is the examination and intervention of brain and nerves. And so it can lead to instinctual findings that the patients do not want to know. Therefore, it is necessary to conform to the subject before starting research whether he or she wants to inform, and on his time finding is discovered. It can be expressed as a parent's right not to know. And however, in the clinical manner, can have a significant impact on life. The patient can be informed no matter how he or she does want to know, does not want to know. Further consideration in relation to the informed consent is the need to consider the issues of agency content related to the exercise property rights. That is the content of the vulnerable to those who are unable to voluntarily consent. The research participants who undergo intervention using novel technologies present the most immediate context to apply to active framework. Care does not only amount to managing safe intervention, it also entails promoting patients and participants' autonomy and protecting them from psychological and social harm, minimizing realistic expectation and guarding against privacy infringement. So, uncertainty about the long-term and intensive effects of venting in the brain using novel technology, or lack of alternative treatment for some neurological disorders, and the fact that many technology address conditions and help patients decision-making capacity, all present challenges to responsible endeavors to support decision-making and informed consent by patients and participants and those close to them. Data concerning brain function and neurological tasks collected by devices, such as those delivering DBS or ECI, may be sensitive and stigmatized. The ground and guidance for the regulatory agency to monitor the vulnerable of neural device to appear or data interception combined with the characteristics caused by malfunction to neural devices. So two important issues arise when considering the responsible protection of research participant interests. The fourth is the prospect of shame neurosurgery, using as a placebo control in the clinical trial of stem cell therapy. And second, relating to the potentially serious impact on participants from beneficial therapeutic or assistive neural devices may be withdrawn at the end of research. Where this is likely to be the case, it is recommended that submission to research ethics committee must detail the information and support that will be provided to participants as part of consent procedure as the conclusion of the research. So this is the conclusion. Application of novel neurotechnologies in present unique or exceptional concern for the ethic conduct or of a relationship of care, treatment, and research context. However, examination of the governance mechanism that apply to these relationships through the filter of ethics framework highlights some area of concern which is important in protecting the interests of patients and participants. These include the limit of legally required consent procedure and the assessment of parents' best interests in the light of the limits of common knowledge of efficacy and risks, which is particularly pressing in relation to delegated decision-making, determination, or when experimental treatment is justified, when few other options are available, and shame neurosurgery. There is also a need for greater attention to harm beyond impact on physical health, including impact on wider well-being, and privacy and autonomy. Thank you so much.
Any comments or questions? No? Okay. Thank you very much for your presentation. Next speaker is Dr. Naoto Kawahara from Kyushu University Hospital, Japan.
Thank you. From Japan. I usually manage IRB or ethics committee in Kyushu University Hospital. This is today's outline of number one, introduction of our institution, and number two, policy presentation, and number three, currently Japanese regulation framework, and number four, investigation. This is our report of investigation on status of response to new Japanese regulation in medical field, and conclusion. Well, firstly, I mentioned the introduction of our institution. This is the Center for Clinical and Translational Research of the Kyushu University. This is National University in Japan. And the CCTR, which is Center for Clinical and Translational Research, is an organization and containing MCTC, non-clinical trial unit, safety inspection unit, data center, monitoring unit, ethics unit, and industry academic collaboration unit, where medical doctors, pharmacists, and CRC, which is clinical research coordinators, work together over many fields. These specialists work within and outside the university to form a consistent support system, which includes searching for seeds of innovation beginning of investigating initiated clinical trial and licensing out to industrial venture. Number two, this is background of this presentation. Japanese regulation and ethical framework for medical and health research involving human subjects have become more complicated. They are not only law, but also various ethical guidelines, which is so-called administrative guidance. Recently, some serious incidents, which is academic scandal of research misconduct related to the establishment of the Clinical Trial Act. This is hard law. This is regulation, not ethical guideline. The purpose of this act to establish procedures for the conduct of clinical trial, measure the appropriate operation or review or opinion of the third-party review board, and systems such as application of information on funds or other benefits for clinical trial, and thereby to promote the conduct of clinical trials through ensuring the confidence in clinical trial of citizens in order to contribute to the improvement of public health. This is very, very complicated regulation.
Where we have the UN Convention on the Rights of People with Disabilities, or the CRPD, that encourage supported decision-making by people with lived experience and the engagement of families in the work that we do. And there is gradual reform of mental health services worldwide. And I think we can rightly say that in Asia, this is leading the way in many aspects, that the changes taking place through the groups that you represent and the work that's been done over many years, including leaders here in Kaohsiung in Taiwan, and my colleague Dr. Harry Minnis, and others who've worked with him over the years, many of whom we've met again in the last 2 days. And the changes are the result of a long-lasting process, and there's a continuing debate in Asia and elsewhere about among a whole range of groups, including people with lived experience and the family carers. So I want to also to bring you some of the perspectives from the World Psychiatric Association. I say this recognising that change in mental health practices and services needs to take at least 2 major directions in parallel. One is change in professional practice, whether in psychiatry, nursing, psychology, public health, but also change in policy, so the context for work. And the two, if they work together, we can make some significant changes. But the World Psychiatric Association, of course, represents one group of professionals, the psychiatrists, but we aim to work in partnership with others involved in the professions and in civil society. In order to achieve, as written here, a world in which people live in conditions that promote mental health and have access to mental health treatment and care that meet appropriate professional and ethical standards, integrate public health principles and respect human rights. And every 3 years we have a change of president and a change and a refresh of our action plan. So I thought I'd comment on the current plan of action, which goes through for another 2 years. So this is building, as always, on previous work. And the main point of the strategy at the moment is to expand the contribution of psychiatry to improve mental health worldwide. And as an entry point, or because of the extent of the need,
Sorry for interruption. Ladies and gentlemen, the ABC.
First, let me introduce who when you, so professor and director in School of Nursing, College of Medicine and Nursing Department, National Taiwan University and Hospital, and she is also a visiting professor of American University of Southern Nations and the president of the Asian Bioethics Association. Today she will speak on the ethical issues of patients in receiving palliative care or clinical trials. Give her a bit.